everybody. Welcome to the morning slot. We're here. This is Clementine, and myself, Mathahew. We're welcoming you back. We're doing this show live tonight, everybody. We're back in San Antonio. We love to be loved. We're such adored fans of San Antonio. We're glad to be back here. We
are adoring fans of ourselves.
Of ourselves. We love each other.
Marry me, Clementine!
No! Clementine will never marry you because Clementine is married to ourselves. Hey, Clemmy.
But I'll talk to you after.
Oh, well.
Hey, Mathahew.
We've got a special guest today.
I cannot wait.
I hear he's got a tremendous meatloaf recipe.
Do you know when you told me that he was agreeing to come on our show, all I could think of was meatloaf.
Oh my goodness. There's so many things he puts in this meatloaf that are not normally put in meatloaf.
No. Who puts ranch dressing in meatloaf?
Who puts ranch dressing in meatloaf? It's crazy to think. Crazy to think. Let's bring him out. His name is Meatloaf, oddly enough. And it's not the one you're thinking of, because that guy's dead. Welcome back, Meatloaf Anderson, everybody. Look at him go.
Meatloaf, we are so honored to have you
So
here
honored
today.
to have you here today.
When Mathahew said you were coming on, all I could think was just like, whoa.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You changed my life.
You changed her life.
Do you know that every Wednesday night,
Every Wednesday.
I make your meatloaf recipe
Wow.
with the ranch dressing?
And
Secret sauce.
I eat most of it because she makes me. And I want to.
Okay.
I want to.
You do want to.
I love it.
You love it when I tell you what to
I
do.
love it. I do love it when she tells me what to do.
Ask a question.
Yeah. Meatloaf.
Yes.
How did it all begin for you?
Go way back to
Yeah,
day
go wait.
one.
Day one. No. Let's start with day two.
Day two.
Day two.
Day two.
Day two.
I was saying
Day two. Grew up poor.
Oh.
that sucks.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, I didn't have much say in that. And my mom used to just make dinners based on what we had in the fridge.
So you had a mom.
So you had a mom.
You weren't that poor.
You weren't that poor. You were rich enough to have a mom.
Yeah, I guess.
Clemmy, what was your favorite thing to eat when you were growing up?
Twinkies.
Oh, Twinkies. Were you eating the store-bought kind or like the generic versions?
I couldn't have the store-bought kind because back then they had lard.
Oh,
And we were
lard.
vegetarians.
Did you cook with lard?
Yes.
So the Twinkies, you were vegetarian.
Yes, we could not have Twinkies. And you know what? You know what else we couldn't have?
What did
We couldn't have Ritz crackers. We had to have Sunshine crackers.
Sunshine
Does anyone
crackers.
remember a Sunshine cracker?
Does anybody remember Sunshine Crackers? Woo! They all remember Sunshine Crackers. 80s. I ate Star Crunches. Do you remember those?
I don't remember
Star
Star
Crunches. They were
Crunches.
very good.
They had lard.
They probably had lard. They were like Little Debbie's, but like they looked like little turds.
See, Little Debbie's I could eat because hashtag Levitical law, they followed through with it.
Levitical law, everybody. Yes, it's the appropriate response. Anywho,
Yeah.
so day 3.
Dad left.
So what you're saying is you got all the attention from your mom.
Yes, you were
Again,
mama's boy.
How poor were you?
How poor were you? Hashtag, how poor were you?
Some of us would have killed for our dads to be gone, so that our moms would pay attention.
My
to us.
dad was a terrible person. Would have loved for him to leave. Hashtag real talk.
Yeah. I think my dad was horrible too because he did leave.
You know, when your dad's horrible, I think you know more than you think. You know?
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I knew when my dad was hitting me that it was horrible.
Right. You know right away.
But I mean,
You're like, ooh, you're terrible. Ooh, you're terrible.
I'm the one who did break the lamp, so I deserved it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I once ruined his salt joke.
Oh no!
Oh yes. I took it. It wasn't set yet, and I really wanted to play with some clay.
I'm surprised you didn't leave after
You know what he did?
What did he do?
You know what he did?
No, I didn't.
He lined up my 3 favorite toys,
No.
and he said, which one is your favorite?
Sophie's Choice.
That's right. And I said, that one was my favorite because I hadn't caught on to this wicked game yet. And he picked it up and he said, look at this. This is your favorite toy. Into the garbage.
Well, at least
Into
you
the
didn't rip
garbage.
his head off.
Hashtag real talk.
Sometimes I put applesauce on my meatloaf.
Oh, applesauce. Really? That's weird.
Thanks.
You like applesauce, Clemmy?
I do like applesauce. I don't want my applesauce mixed with anything though, but peanuts. Learned it from my mom.
Really?
My mom who did stay.
Your mom did say. That's fair. Do you put peanuts with your applesauce too?
No.
That surprises me, Meatloaf Anderson. I thought you were an avant-garde kind of recipe maker.
Avant-garde. Different. New wave.
I use ranch dressing.
In your applesauce. That's disgusting.
That's terrible. Meatloaf. That seems like a faux pas.
Yes.
Day 17.
Mom died.
Ah,
Oh, we're supposed to feel
the
sorry
mom who
for him.
stayed. The mom who stayed died.
That's everybody's story.
Everybody's
mom's dead?
Everybody's moms dies eventually. Am I right?
Yeah, dead mom. Miss you forever.
Why are you cheering for that? So all I knew how to make was meatloaf, and I just started experimenting, putting different things in the meatloaf.
That's what put you on the map
That's
today.
what put you right there. X marks the spot.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I've heard you won several major meatloaf awards.
I did the Southwest Regional Meatloaf competition.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
I even entered that myself.
No.
But see,
no.
I didn't give the secret of the ranch dressing. I didn't win. I'm going to just be vulnerable right now.
Oh,
and say,
are you going to be vulnerable?
I'm going to be vulnerable.
Vulnerable time, folks. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
I'm ready, Clemmy.
Vulnerable.
I entered and I got 7th place. Now, yes, this is a biblical perfect number, but it doesn't feel good when you don't go home with the blue ribbon. Am I right, Mathahew?
You are very right, Clemmy. When you don't go home with the number 1, all that you're telling yourself is that I'm not good enough.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And I don't need a father who's there or gone to tell me that.
Right. I can tell myself that.
Yeah.
You need to write a book about
You should
this.
write a book about this.
About this? Like this interaction?
You could sprinkle it with meatloaf recipes,
Yes.
but also a healthy dose of Clemmy and Mathahew.
Do you guys have guests on your show a lot?
All the time.
time.
All the time.
I would venture to say you are one of my favorites, though.
Yes, none of them have returned.
That makes a little bit of sense.
We've got some, great segue. Great segue. We'd like to talk about our sponsor.
Yeah.
Speaking of making sense,
Fernando.
FERNANDO Distillery Pop-Tart Scented Deodorant.
Yeah. Works like a charm.
Listen, I love my deodorant piping hot. And the only way to do that is to stick it right in the toaster for 11 or 12 minutes. And after the inside is turned into a molten lava, I take it, stand in front of the mirror completely nude, as you know, Clemmy, and rub it right into my pits and ditches.
It works.
It works.
It works.
Let me tell you, the pain I experienced
You haven't used your Gold Bond powder in probably 5 months.
5 months at the least. And I stare at myself as I'm doing this. And I say I will not make the same mistakes my father made. Knowing full well that I will.
No, you will.
I will. And I have.
I love you through it. I forgive you for it, and I love you through it.
Thank you, Clemmy. I love you too. Fernando Hernando Distillery Pop-Tarts scented deodorant. Anywho, day 25.
I made meatloaf.
So do you like the album Bad Outta Hell?
I mean, yeah, it's a good album, I guess.
Good album.
Good album. I mean, do you even understand hyperbole?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
It's evident.
I just thought it was a bat, and it was just like, phew,
Oh.
right out of
Oh,
hell.
did you confuse that with metaphor?
Oh, you must feel so embarrassed.
Why is that funny?
Oh, Meatloaf, you're so fun to have on the show. So you brought us a sample of your fixins.
I did. I don't know as I want to get it. It's
Everybody, would you like some of Meatloaf's fixins?
I've been waiting for months, Meatloaf.
Oh my goodness. When we scheduled him, we were like counting the days. I can't wait for Meatloaf's fixins.
I said fixins in the mixins.
Yeah, that's right. That's what you said. You kept saying that over and over. I thought you were having a stroke. But it was just so damn catchy. It was so damn catchy. Oh, here he is.
Whoa. Oh, look at that.
Look at that, everybody. Look at that. So on top, is that the ranch?
Tell me about the coulier on top.
Yes.
it's a Dave Pouillet on
Dave-
top. Yes, that's what I call it. It's my Dave Pouillet.
Dave Coulier, one of Canada's
May he rest in
finest
peace.
comedians, R.I.P.
I don't think he's dead, is he?
That was
Oh,
you didn't hear?
Alanis Morissette murdered him with that song.
Oh.
Murdered
Yes,
him, straight up murdered
This
him.
is a metaphor.
This is a metaphor. See, that's why you might not understand this.
Okay. Yeah, so the topping.
Yes.
It's I did go with the ranch seasoning, not the dressing though.
Oh, see.
But
So it's more like a rub.
It's a rub.
Cream.
It's a rub. Okay. Rubs do better than creams often.
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 More often than not.
No, I know. Look at my face. It's
I
all
know.
from a rub.
All
not
rubbing.
a cream.
I rub that into her face every single night.
That's right.
so uncomfortable on this show. So yeah, it's a ranch seasoning rub that I put on top. And inside I used I didn't use ground beef this time.
He didn't use ground beef.
Whoa, this is just...
Whoa!
This is
Hold your
forward.
horses, Meatloaf. It's called Meatloaf.
I
Are you saying you used something other than meat?
I did this time. Just because I was experimenting, I used a turnip black bean mix.
Son of a bitch!
That sounds interesting.
It does. It's interesting. It's interesting that you would use that.
Paint this for us.
Painted, like a picture.
So I cooked turnip.
Okay.
Then
Step
I
one.
Mashed it up
How long did you cook that turnip for?
until it was soft.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Asked and answered.
Asked
Yeah,
and
yeah,
answered.
yeah.
And then I cooked black beans.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I mixed them with the turnip and mashed them up.
And does this somehow magically taste like meat?
Not in the least.
Oh.
This one's actually a really horrible flavor. It just tastes like hate and dirt.
So, Meatloaf, how are you going to feel when you serve this and you lose the trust of all of your fans?
When all the trust is lost, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Sometimes you win some and you lose some, right?
This is a lost one.
Yes, this
Definitely.
is a loss.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is definitely a loss.
Yeah,
This- audience, do you even want to try this at this point?
A
No.
turnip
No.
black bean
I mean, that guy
meatball?
right there does, but I mean, He looks like his father left him a long time ago. Sir, did your father leave you a long time ago?
Yes, he did. Many years ago.
And is that why you're willing to put that in your mouth?
I believe it is. I'm making the connection now.
You need to write a book, Meatloaf. Do you see what you're doing here?
I would read that book also.
He would read that book.
It could bring my father back.
That will never happen, but he would read that book.
Okay.
Go ahead and feed him your loaf.
It's so uncomfortable right now. Do you want to just take a piece? Do you want me to feed it to you, or I don't?
I would like to be fed.
It's the only way, right?
It's the only way.
Am I right?
This is how we've stayed together for 24 years.
We will not eat any food that is not fed to each other.
No.
Okay, I did that.
How is it, sir?
Not good.
Okay. All right. So, as predicted,
As predicted.
this was a huge failure.
Huge failure.
And had your father been here, he would have told you as much.
Or maybe even just hit you.
Or maybe, we're hearing our ending music. Listen, we love being here in San Antonio. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up for us. Meatloaf will never be on our show again. Give it up for Meatloaf. Give it up for Meatloaf's father who made the right choice.